This is 6 sonatas by a very esteemed, very radically inventive violinist, Ysaÿe. He was my teacher's teacher. And in writing these works, he was trying to update the violin technique from Bach's set of 6 sonatas and partitas. And he really found a way to create fluidity and expression with the 4 strings that the violin has. It's a reference back to Bach, but it's very much the showcase of what he was credited for, which is the modern violin technique.
And one of the things that you were talking about was the legacy, because you feel you're taking something on from a different generation. How important is that to you?
For this particular set of works, I got the idea to make this recording when I was just having some thoughts about the sonatas, about Ysaÿe. I had been performing in Europe, thinking about the fact that my teacher's teacher probably played on the same stage, and I was waiting for my bow to be rehaired. I was searching around, and I thought, wait, how old are those works actually? How old are the 6 sonatas? And I realized they were going to be 100 years old in a few months, the following summer. So I had always wanted to record them. I just didn't have a timeline, and I established a timeline in that moment. Is there any way we can make this happen by the centenary? And thankfully, I was able to do it. The legacy aspect is big because I think when you have legacy from another artist, whether it's a mentor or a teacher or someone you admire and listen to all the time, I think that gives you a responsibility to carry the things you've learned and the instincts they've given you within yourself. I don't think that legacy is about learning something in a rote way and then telling people about it. I think it's about inhabiting the things that are passed on to you. With that comes a lot of responsibility, such as making sure that the things that you associate with that legacy are carried on in a way that is important to you. And it also means that you want to think very carefully for the future about what you are passing on to the next generation, how you take the things you learned and present them and develop them within yourself so that they can carry on further.
I think one of the things that was coming out tonight, and virtually I think every person that seemed to stand on that stage, it was talking about future generations. It was talking about the importance of giving young people a voice too, in every way across the music genres. How important is that to you?
I was the recipient of that. So I think it's something that a lot of people in the arts have grown up with. Someone took care of us. Someone made sure that we had the opportunities. Someone taught us what we value. And at some point, those people are no longer doing those things. They pass away, or they retire, or you're no longer in touch with them. And you suddenly realize that you are the remaining senior member of that set of links that you were sort of a little younger in than you realized. And that happened to me this past summer when my first teacher passed away, and I realized I now don't have any more living teachers. I was fortunate to study with people who were much older than me, so they provided me with a lot of shortcuts to the knowledge that I have. They'd gone through all those experiences. They could tell me where it was headed. And now it makes me think a lot about projects like this, how teaching can transcend generations. And you don't learn just about music. When you learn music, you learn about life, about thinking, critical thinking, expression, how to use your voice. I do think it's really important that when we think about who we pass our knowledge to, we pass our knowledge broadly to people who may have access to it normally and may not have access to it normally. That can be any number of people, but we should be intentional with how we include the next generation in the things that we've been fortunate enough to receive.
Just finally, what's next for you?
Well, I have some tours coming up this season. I have the normal, exciting stuff ahead. I love to perform, so my performances that are coming up are really special to me, and I'm just enjoying this moment with the Ysaÿe Sonatas album. I'm really appreciative that it got this send off into the world at sort of the end of the awards season arc. So it's very special.